Alright, there we go. This should do it. We've cheated our way around the system. I don't know why this doesn't want to capture, but there we go. Now we got it. It's a little loud, though. At least in my ears. Let's turn that down a little bit. And we'll see how that's going. Alright. Hi, everybody. We're gonna play Star Wars The Old Republic. Now, if you asked me, probably a couple months ago, John, what is the game you are least likely to stream ever? This would probably be somewhere on that list. I had pretty much considered myself done with Old Republic. But things changed. Things changed in a real big way, too. They put out a new expansion called Knights of the Fallen Empire. And it feels like an entirely different game at this point. And so I figured it would be fun to at least give a little look at it, see, you know, what everybody thinks of it, kind of tell you what I think of it. Having a real dilemma here because my lightsaber that I like so much got replaced because there's better gear, so I'm gonna take the lightsaber I'm using and at least put the crystal I like in it. There we go. I feel better now. Okay. So I don't want to spoil too much of the story so far, what you need to know. This is my character, Darth Vachette. She is crash-landed on this planet right now. She's with HK-55. He is an assassin droid. And we're going to go and investigate a technological object. They have kept that exactly as vague as that sounds, so I have no idea what we're going to be investigating, actually. I believe I should probably have tweeted this out, but oh well. We're gonna just play, and this will be a video later. I don't care if nobody knows we're doing it. It can be our secret streaming. So, one of the first crazy things that they've done with this game is they have changed the companion system up considerably. Right now, in the story mode, I actually don't have access to any of my companions that I picked up in the main game. HK-55 is currently it. But not only have they changed up how the companions work, they've also changed up how you can interact with them. So if I want him to be damage, I just hit damage, and he can now do that for me. This is really nice because there were a lot of companions in the primary game that I wanted to use, but their role didn't complement the role that I chose, and so it was never a good choice to go with. This makes for a system where you can take the companion you want to take, and it's a lot better. So, actually, there's another person running around right now. That is the first time I have seen another person, any MMO quality to this MMO, since I got into this new content. For very good reason. Like, I don't say that as a negative thing. And that's not because I just want to be antisocial. It actually is a really positive thing. it allows them to do some very unique things with the story. Although it will be funny if I decided to finally, like, share this and I get to the most MMO-like part of the game. Combat and all of that, relatively unchanged. As you can see, there's still a ton of buttons. I'm getting to a point in MMOs where I kind of wish they would limit the abilities a bit. And this definitely feels like there's a lot. I feel like I use about 6 of these total. And then these defensive ones, I just kind of click them when the fights get tough. I don't really know what they do. There's just too many of them. But, you know, it is how it is. So, right now we're just following the trail. Now, I will say, this particular part is coming off of something that was kind of non-stop fighting. So if it seems a little slower paced, typical MMO fare, it's actually somewhat of a nice break from what I was doing before.
You act more like a bodyguard than an assassin. Is that your primary function?
Confirmation. It is a very difficult task indeed. That I have kept Masters Beniko and Vortena alive, despite their high-risk activities, is my greatest achievement.
The two of them seem close.
Deflection. I am not programmed to assess or discuss the emotional matters of meatbags under my protection.
Alright. You know what? Dialogue seems a little quiet, so even though it's so much fun to watch me adjust sliders, we're gonna do just that. We're gonna bump that up. We're gonna bump that down. Keep that up. Bump that down. And bump that down. Give that a go. See if that makes the voice stand out a little bit more. There we go. Now I can hear HK55 more. I just want to keep hearing him talk about meat bags. And good evening to those in the chat, or morning if you're where I am and it's morning. Good whatever you're experiencing. These are gross spidery things. I'm not a fan. Will slice with lightsabers. That's a cool thing. Swamp Rancor. Did not seem to care that much that I hit him with a lightsaber. Oh, hey, he ran at me. Swamp Rancors, not that tough. They look cool, though. Alright, so it looks like we've got some better gear here. I'm going to equip it. One cool thing of note, this game does have a transmog system. You can see that did not change my appearance. I still look pretty awesome. And let's go ahead and talk to HK55.
Admiration. It is a great pleasure to witness your skills firsthand, Master.
Master.
Clarification. Master Beniko altered my programming before we secured your release. I am to serve you with the same unexcelled loyalty with which I serve her. In fact, your survival is now my highest priority.
I'm no more important than Lana or Koth. Don't prioritize me above them.
Concession. I will alter my prioritization as you request, Master. Gossip. I had not been led to expect such selflessness from you, Master. I am impressed. Resumption. Shall we continue?
So, I play my Sith a little different than I think how most people play their Sith. My Sith is not totally bad. My Sith would be described as very passionate about the people that she cares about, but has a blatant disregard for life, to be sure. She is not a good person, but she occasionally has been known to show some qualities that might be more Jedi-like than Sith-like. It just kind of depends on her mood. She's just a little deeper than kill all the things or save all the things. Sometimes she does different things. Gotta loot the teeth. What would I do without some sweet teeth to loot? What am I doing right now? Investigating technological objects. Okay. I'll skip the swamp beast because honestly, nah. This looks like a technological object.
Is this the object you picked up on your sensors?
Confirmation. Yes, Master. A closer scan suggests that this object has been here for several centuries.
Centuries? Of all the junk out here, you had to find the antique.
Observation. Visible design elements do not match any from Zakuulan culture, antique or modern.
Not from Zakuul. Could it be?
He doesn't overthink things.
Haha! Do you have any idea what this
Whoa,
is?
he got back quick.
It looks like some kind of old spacecraft.
This is the Gravestone. This was the only ship that ever went up against the Eternal Fleet and won. Do you have any idea how long people have been looking for this thing?
And we just happened to stumble upon it.
You said this ship went up against the Eternal Fleet and won, but it's rusting in a swamp while the fleet is still around.
The fleet is even older than Valkyria. Maybe even older than Zakuul. The battles happened centuries ago. Nobody knows the details of the whole war, but every story talks about the Gravestone. One ship with the firepower to take on the Eternal Fleet. This is fate. We get your Outlander. Find exactly the weapon we need. We're going to win this thing, Lana. It's destiny.
It's certainly no coincidence, but destiny? I think there's something else going on here.
Do you think this is some kind of setup?
No, not exactly. I can't quite put my finger on it.
Let's have a look inside, huh?
Assessment.
This guy seems awfully optimistic for a guy hanging out with a bunch of Sith.
Using this wreck as a nesting ground. Caution is advised.
We'll split up, deal with any wildlife, then regroup to plan our next move.
Oh man,
Feel better?
he's gonna hang out with me now? Ugh, you're the worst, Koth. I mean, you're legitimately funny and that's okay, but... Ugh, you're the worst. Make you damage. Shoot stuff. Can I get HK back? No. Alright, come on, Koth, we're going in here.
More where that came from.
Yeah, great. Your major optimism and excitement is cramping my Sith style there, Koth. I've got to look dark and brooding, and I got this molten-looking lightsaber. It's the whole thing, and you're just over here smiling happy.
Kelly, 16, 17, 22.
I will say, I think it takes an optimistic person to see this kind of shipwreck and decide, hey, I'm gonna do something with that.
Very easy. Wouldn't mind a challenge down there.
He's talking over himself. He might be more skilled than I thought. Yes, come on in, creatures. Come in so I might slap you with my lightsaber. Alright. Oh good, a big thing. It's always the way this goes. Get down here. How will we defeat it without your witty banter? Not the button I meant to hit.
I can do this all day. More where that came from. Wouldn't mind a challenge now and then.
I think we should all just take a moment to appreciate how awesome my Sith looks. You don't need to say it. I already know it.
The endless swamp. After the damage you inflicted, they couldn't have made a safe landing anywhere else.
And if they didn't make a safe landing?
We'll know soon enough. Sky Troopers, sweep the area. Focus on regions with high metallic sensor readings.
I oversaw security in the Carbonite prison. I humbly submit myself to answer for this failure.
Sister.
I didn't like his answer.
Those are the siblings. They are, they're awful.
So this ship has been here for 1,000 years? More?
Right. It's amazing that it's in such good condition, considering. Judging by the damage I've seen, the stories are true. Whoever built the gravestone scuttled it themselves after the Eternal Fleet was defeated. It wasn't shot down.
The fleet was defeated but not destroyed. Valkorion brought it back under his own control more than a century ago.
Exactly. The Eternal Fleet is totally automated. Nobody knows who first built it, and every theory is crazier than the last.
Renegades left behind after a successful droid revolution. Representatives of an entire race of droids from somewhere beyond the edge of the known galaxy.
Like I said, crazy stuff. But no matter where it came from, the Eternal Fleet is practically unstoppable. And Arcann controls every single ship from the throne.
If Valkorion has had this unstoppable fleet for more than a century, why didn't he use it to help the Sith Empire defeat the Republic?
We can only theorize. If the war was just part of a ritual to make the Emperor truly immortal, perhaps using the fleet would have interfered somehow. Regardless, we have many other things to discuss. I owe you 5 years' worth of explanations.
And I'm gonna need some parts to get this thing moving again.
Locating supplies and fresh water would also be wise.
Let's see. I will go with Lana, as I like her way more than Koth.
I'll help you find what we need, Lana.
Very well.
Assertion. I will begin a patrol pattern to ensure that no enemy forces report our position.
You know, I gotta say, they cleaned this up real quick. Shockingly quick. Ah, here we go. Here's some more grass and dirt and stuff. I feel a little better. Hey, this quest gives me a speeder bike. All right. I will accept your quest for a speeder bike because why wouldn't you take a quest to get a speeder bike? So, as I'm playing this, I will say, again, it's kind of interesting. I played a lot of it last night. Last night is actually when I got to this part of the story, and it's kind of when I decided I wanted to stream this. It's interesting that this is the section that I chose to actually stream, as this is probably the most like the old game that this content has gotten so far, where you're actually running around doing things. It's still not as bad as some of the other parts. I mean, it's not like I'm doing a bunch of, you know, pointless side quests that don't need to be done. Obviously, we've had a lot of story moments in just the little bit of time we've been playing, but it is interesting to see, because this part's going back a little bit more to feeling like the MMO part of it, if that makes sense. But I will say this, what I've played of this so far, you know, a lot of people said the story missions are KOTOR 3. This definitely feels like that. This feels like a really awesome single-player game when it's firing on all cylinders, and I've been having a ton of fun with it. And it looks like we got a ways to go to the next part. Boom! Instant speeder. What does it look like? Does it look cool? It kind of looks like just a speeder bike. That's alright, though. I'll take it. And then continue to use my way cooler speeder bike. Where am I going? It says the path is this way. There's the path. Now, the only part about this content that I'm a little conflicted on, so they sell a boost to level 60 so that you can get right in and start doing this stuff, which is really cool, because I would definitely say this content is better than a lot of the other content in the game. I'm gonna get a cutscene after each reading, I guess. I don't know why she needed to wipe the sweat off her helmeted brow.
When Darth Mar and I faced Valkorion, we knew right away. He was the Sith Emperor, Lana.
I know. When he was struck down, it released ripples through the Force. Everyone who had felt the Sith Emperor's presence in the past, on Ziost, on Yavin 4, we all sensed what had happened. Arkan invaded soon after, claiming that an outlander had assassinated his father, the immortal Emperor. It didn't take long for us to unravel the truth.
Which side did Arkan attack first?
Both. Ships from the Eternal Fleet struck at shipyards and rallying points for both sides simultaneously. They favored ambush tactics throughout the war. Zakuulan sensor technology has far greater range than our own, and their ships can fly much further on less resources. Only vessels retrofitted with Isotope 5 could manage to outrun them. None could truly compete. They regret facing us.
No. We're in a fight. So anyway, what I was saying is they have this boost, but the story very heavily has ties to a lot of the content that came before. I think they do a good enough job explaining it, but for somebody who just wants to get in and see this new stuff, you might be a little confused at what's going on. All the talk of the Immortal Emperor, and there's kind of two emperors you got to keep track of, but he's also kind of the same guy, and there's standalone elements to it, but there's also a lot that ties into other content as well.
How long did the Republic and the Empire manage to hold out?
Within 3 months, the bulk of our naval forces were disabled or eliminated, and the Republic was in the same situation. With naval superiority, Arkan's forces could begin choking off supply lines, trade, any ship travel at all. The Eternal Fleet seemed to be everywhere at once. Coruscant and Dromund Kaas were blockaded by the end of the first year.
There is a compelling story reason for why my character does not know what's going on. The answer is not amnesia, thankfully.
How did it end?
The members of the Dark Council fought Arkan's invasion ruthlessly and lost. The Empire's treaty was ultimately negotiated by the Minister of Logistics. Chancellor Suresh also refused to discuss surrender, but the Republic Senate managed to overrule her. A cadre of senators negotiated their own ceasefire terms. All of those senators have since been disgraced or dismissed. I'm sure you can imagine the likely culprit. So far, the treaties with Zakuul have held, but that will not last forever.
Oh. Get out of
Have a
here.
good fight.
Interestingly enough, I find this kind of funny. My quest is to find water. I searched the 3 areas they told me. I have no idea if it actually worked. And now I have to find alternate sites. I always find it interesting when they tell you to go on a quest, but the dialogue and the story seem to really downplay the actual importance of the quest. And skip that fight. Anybody who knows my history with MMOs knows that I will go to great lengths to skip fighting enemies that don't serve much of a purpose. Oh, hello. I suspect I'm gonna have to fight this one, though.
The force serves me. Somewhat worthy opponent. Never stood a chance.
I do admire Old Republic's desire to get you to actually participate in those kinds of fights by doing bonus objectives. Hey, bonus objective, kill 10 of these things. However, they underestimated my stubbornness, because I still will not do it. You can put bonus in front of it. You gotta sell me. You gotta find a better way to sell me than just saying it's a bonus. Oh look, we found water.
A freshwater spring. It should be safe for drinking.
So the Eternal Fleet overwhelmed both the Republic and the Empire. What was the result?
Both sides are forced to pay a heavy tribute to Zakul, mainly raw materials and resources. They're also held under an arms limitation statute. The Empire and the Republic are both breaking it, of course, but they're still incapable of challenging the throne directly.
Who rules the Empire now?
Darth Asina was the only Dark Council member left standing. All others died or disappeared in the chaos. Without opposition, she declared herself Empress of the Sith.
And the Republic?
Suresh remains in power, though she no longer holds the title of Chancellor. The Republic has limits to their ruler's terms, but her replacement is a mere puppet. Both sides see this only as an opportunity to eliminate one another at a time of weakness, instead of combining what strength they have. Arkan does nothing to prevent violence between them, so long as their tribute is paid and no one challenges Zakul's superiority.
That's right. I know the truth behind the bonuses. The bonuses are a lie. What am I saying?
What does Arkan use the tribute for? Zakul doesn't seem to need much.
A question no one else seems to ask or answer, not in any detail. Zakul's empire spans a sizable portion of wild space, but not enough to consume the resources they're acquiring. I've been working to learn the answer myself. Powerful Zakulan battle stations have been placed in orbit around key worlds to watch for possible uprisings, but there are no ongoing planetary occupations. The ships of the Eternal Fleet simply patrol at random, while the tribute paid to Zakul gradually chokes all economic potential.
What about my team? My ship?
I have allies looking for them as we speak. With all of the chaos of the last few years, though, it will take time to find them all. For now, we make do with ourselves, Koth, and HK.
Oh, a chance to flirt. But I want to know more about Koth.
How did you end up working together with Koth?
I knew I'd never find you alone. Recruiting assets with first-hand knowledge of Zakul was my top priority for years. Koth was on the run, pursued by the deadliest of the Zakul Knights. I resolved the situation. and we've worked together ever since. He's been an invaluable ally. Koth is a cool native, a veteran officer of their military, one of the few who hadn't been replaced by a droid. He and his crew were part of the occupation of the planet Denon. When ordered to do things they weren't comfortable with, Koth took his ship and crew and went rogue.
What exactly were they ordered to do?
That's for Koth to say. But I trust him with my life, as I trust you. I'm confident that you'll learn to trust one another just as well.
I don't know.
You clearly went to a lot of trouble to get me out of Carbonite.
Before you were captured, you accomplished things no one else dared to attempt. You changed the galaxy more than once, and if things have ever needed to change, now is the time. But there is something else. I felt it since the moment I found you in Carbonite. There's a power in you. Something new. It's elusive, but I know it's there.
Uh-oh. Alright. I'm faced with my first true tough decision. Am I gonna be an honest Sith? I think I probably should be.
I think you're right, Lana. I think the Emperor, Valkorion, is in my mind.
What?
After he died, there was a storm of energy. I barely even remember being thrown into the carbon freezing chamber. And then, while I was frozen, I saw things. Dreamed about him, about everything that happened while I was gone.
It can't be. If he were controlling you, I'd know it. I certainly saw enough of it on Ziost.
I don't think he's trying to control me. Not directly, anyway. He was trying to convince me to work with him.
Whatever he's doing, we can be sure that he's always trying to deceive us somehow. I believe in you. And I appreciate your honesty. I'll remain watchful for any influence he might have over you. For the time being, though, we have no choice but to proceed.
What about the others?
They wouldn't understand. And like you said, we really don't know anything for sure yet. Let's keep the matter between us for now.
Salutation. It is a pleasure to see you again so soon, Masters. I have encountered minimal resistance in my patrol.
How minimal?
Reassurance. Only one Sky Trooper and 3 local predators with poor survival instincts. Our position appears to be secure at this time, but I would still advise caution on your return trip, Masters.
Keep up the good work, HK.
Appreciation.
How can I not like HK?
It will be my pleasure to do so, Master.
He's fantastic. Oh, and look at this. Quick travel. Gotta love a good quick travel. But that's what this little expansion has felt like. It's felt like a lot of, here's a little gameplay to get you through the story, which I don't have a problem with. There is a reason I thoroughly enjoy Telltale's, you know, the games by Telltale Games. It seems weird to say. And it's because I like being told a good story and stuff like that. So if this game can do that for me, I'm fine with not having an overabundance of gameplay to mess around with. It's not going to be for everybody, but I also don't think that there's a lot of people out there that were raving about, oh, the Old Republic's gameplay is the best. It was good, but it was good in service to the story, which is what this is.
Hey there. Did you find something tasty?
We definitely found something.
Great. I've got a pretty good idea of the parts we'll need. Let's go see what we can find.
Oh man, now I have to go out with Koth? I thought I was dodging that bullet. Now we gotta go back and do that. Koth, you bum me out, man. I will say, I'm a little unfairly harsh on poor Koth. He's got a couple things going against him. For one, he's the jokey character hanging out with my serious Sith. What is touching this dude? Ah, okay. He also, I don't know, that's really the primary thing. He's also the new character. And also his name is eerily close to Carth from Knights of the Old Republic. And I have strong opinions on Carth Onasi. Alright, so we're back in the swamp, back in the MMO part of the game. Oh, it looks like we're going to be picking up boxes. Koth isn't going to be as chatty, apparently. Apparently he's going to just let me pick up boxes. He should have given me this list. Look, there's the water pump we were at. Koth, if you had told me, we could have gotten it while we were out here, and then I wouldn't be hanging out with you. He does have a fantastic little introduction, though, where he crashes a ship, and there's some cool stuff.
It's time to take a stand. Target down. Took one out. More where that came from.
He also seems to want to say something after every kill he gets. I guess there were detected readings. This is one area the game could do a little better with story. So, out here to collect ship parts, I click 4 of the MacGuffins, and then all of a sudden, hey, you need to investigate detected debris readings. Do I? Why? Exactly do I need to do that? When did that happen? When did that occur? Alright. We'll kill these guys. He can do this all day. In case anybody's wondering how long Koth can shoot at things. Answer, all day. Tell you the other thing that bums me out about bonus objectives. There isn't one. This one, where I can't actually get through this area without fighting, there is no bonus objective. The one where I could, bonus objective. One of my favorite things about Knights of the Old Republic's combat is it does let you play with physics a little bit. You can lift people off the ground, you can throw them around, which is very satisfying. And one of my favorite things is to force push people off ledges, because the game does know that that would kill them.
We find the gravestone, and then what do we need to get it flying? Honestly, it's plain as day. Not for Lana, though. For her, it's all just skill and luck and coincidence.
I didn't come out here to philosophize. I just want to get off this planet. The sooner the better.
Can't disagree with that too much. Lana's told me about all the things you've done. More than once. Half the reason I agreed to this crazy rescue was to see if you were actually real. So, I figure I know all about your past. You deserve to know mine. Lana might have told you I was the captain of a warship during Arcann's campaign against the Core Worlds. My crew and I deserted, but I'm not going to pretend we didn't do our share of damage beforehand. Just thought you should hear it from me.
Lana mentioned that you deserted instead of following orders. What was the order?
We were holding territory on Denon. Locals rioted and orders were to open fire until they stopped. None of us even wanted to be there. Massacring civilians? That's not how Zakuul is supposed to operate.
I guess that's how Arcann operates.
Which is why he has to go. One more thing, as long as we're being honest. When you risked your life to shut that generator down, you showed me that you're someone I can count on. I want to take Arcann down, but we don't have to take down all of Zakuul with him. I'm glad to know you understand that too.
Oh no, I can flirt with Koth too? Well, I'm definitely not choosing that option. I don't want to tell him, of course, because I have a bad habit of doing evil things. But I guess an evil thing is to lie, so of course.
Too many innocent people have suffered already. I'm not going to add to that.
Thank you. Come on. Let's get this stuff back to the gravestone.
Just hopefully they don't test that theory too soon.
Request. Please rendezvous at my current coordinates at your earliest convenience, Masters. I require assistance.
Plastic droid.
Oh, come on. HK's fine. Ooh, a little camp. Alright. Here's the thing you'll learn about me and MMOs. If there is ever a fire that I can stand in and light myself up in, I will do it. I also think that burning cry of pain was a little subdued for someone on fire. I like the smoke, though. It's a good touch. Oh man, they are gonna...
Save us!
What the hell is going on here? What did you do to them?
Protestation. I have done nothing to these pitiable meatbags, Master. They were merely bystanders when I destroyed a group of Sky Troopers. They requested our help in escaping the enemy's notice.
Please, we are no danger to you. We were exiled for protesting Emperor Arkann's war. We've already lost 2 of our friends. Please, is there anything you can do for us?
Man. I hate being a Sith with a conscience.
We're repairing a ship with room for passengers. We can get you out of here.
You're serious? That's incredible. Thank you.
For anybody wondering
so
why
much.
my mean Darth
Doing the right
Vader-looking Sith is saying that that's okay, the logic behind that decision was, hey, The enemy of my enemy is my friend. They don't like the Emperor, or the... I guess he's now the Emperor, right? They don't like Prince Archon? Fine. Join up. Get in line. I like that I feel the need to justify my good deeds. I did a very nice thing, and I'm like, let me explain, though.
You're sure we can make it fly again?
She'll fly. Just been waiting for somebody to come along and remind her how.
Let's get to work, then.
Yeah. That looks like that's gonna fly. Oh, he turned on his stereo. I thought this was gonna be some, like, montage music. Oh, it totally is gonna be montage music. Fantastic. I didn't know they had the power of a montage behind them. Of course they can get this thing to fly again. Oh, look at me, I'm helping. My character decided to participate. Best moment of the game. 10 out of 10. What is even happening right now in this game? What is going on? I'm not opposed to it, but seriously, what is going on in this game? This is really dumb. Alright, game. I'm legitimately enjoying this. I'm not sure why I'm legitimately enjoying it as much as I am, but... I feel like I've fallen into a Star Wars fever dream. Ooh, whispers. Whisper ship. Alright, well that was truly weird. And kinda wonderful, all at the same time. I'm gonna actually go ahead and say that that's where we're gonna end for the day. If you want to discover why this ship is whispering to me, or why I'm here, or what the heck is going on, you may want to check out this expansion. I really like it. I never thought I'd be saying that about Old Republic. I was kind of done, but I'm back. I really have been having a good time with this game since I jumped back in. So it's up to you guys. If you think that sounds cool, you should check it out and have some fun with it. I might stream it again at some point. So to anybody who joined me, thank you, and you know, we'll see you later.